What's up everyone? So bought this van for 5 grand. It's a 2007 Honda Odyssey with 97,000 miles on it, pretty low actually, and I'm trying to flip it. Looks in pretty good condition. Kind of dirty here and there, but we'll give it a wash. And yeah, the rims need some work. Tires are in good condition, as you can see, fairly good. So the problem with this is that the fuel gauge is always showing low, and so I'm assuming the fuel pump will replace it. And then there's a TPMS issue, so probably when they change tires, there's something going on there. So I hooked up the OBD meter to it, and actually there's no codes. There's oops, it comes out pretty clean, so that's a good sign. Let's scan. All right, so codes found 0, so I'm pretty happy with this. That means we probably don't have any major things to do. All right, so what do we do? Well, I've removed the seats already. I'm gonna take them out of the car, and then I'm gonna have to access the fuel pump, which is somewhere here probably. So I'll remove the fuel pump and we'll see if it's just a problem with the actuator, whatever the hell that is, or do we just need to replace the whole fuel pump. So I guess I saw on Amazon, I think it's $100 or $200, so not bad. So let's replace that. Let's open this and let's go. All right, so we go ahead one by one and remove these screws like that, and then just take out this piece. I'll leave the screw inside and we'll put it to the side. Done to the others. So because we need to remove that so we can remove the carpet. All right, after you're done fighting with the carpet, you kind of roll it backwards like that, and that is your fuel pump right there. So be careful with the screws because I broke one and it was very tough to remove it. See how this one is rusted? So if you're using a machine, I would say don't use a screwdriver instead. So yeah, now I'm going to remove this and we'll get to the fuel pump. And yeah, it's dirty. Alright, there she is. I don't know how the leaves get in there, but yeah, there's my fuel pump. I think now would be a good time for me to disconnect the relay, which is, I think, there in that corner. So there's a fuel pump relay. We'll disconnect it, or maybe you can disconnect the negative terminal of the battery. And I think I'll open the gas cap. I don't know if I should. Maybe I'll open that as well. So yeah, let's remove that. Exciting stuff. Maybe it's just a simpler problem. Maybe it's huge. Who knows? All right, come on. Okay, come on over to the driver's side, and you're gonna go on your knees, and you're gonna stick your hand in this, and like that, just slide it out. And as you can see on the back, it has a nice diagram, and we are looking for this number 8. It's the IG fuel pump relay. So I'm thinking, so if you start from here, so from that side, I guess number 8. Yeah, so let me try to remove that. All right, so starting from the far end, it's actually number 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So right here, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it's right here, and I'm gonna go remove that fuel pump. All right, so to open this ring, whatever, there's a special tool you have to get, but honestly, what you can do is take a screwdriver and then very gently hit it until this starts spinning. So I'm having success with this, and I'll continue doing this. So what I did is I hooked up the ohm meter to the fuel pump, and as you can see, when I move the floating device, the resistance properly changes, which tells me that the fuel pump is okay and there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so after hours and days of my continuous saga with this fuel pump, Honda Odyssey, everything issues, I searched the internet. Is something chewed on one of the cable right here, and that's why I was not getting any power. How did I find out? I just did honestly continuity test. So the first one I did was from here It's from the door panel. I poked the 2 cables, and then I went kind of back over there. So this worked. Then I'm like, okay, this works. And then I did my test from this point onwards to the fuel pump, and there was a break. And then we found out that some hungry thing chewed. Wow. So I didn't replace the fuel pump. If I had, it would have been still the same problem. The odometer, everybody was saying this and that, but there you go. Right, folks, there she is. Fuel gauge is working. There's that VSA and TPMS. TPMS is because of the I think the owner changed tires, so that's not a big deal. But I'm glad all the gauges are working. Yeah, so the other issue, by the way, is the door, the driver's side door, and I've already ordered the parts, and it's a $40 part, so I'm gonna fix that. I'll show you guys that. But I'm glad the fuel pump issue is fixed, and she is basically rock solid, so I'll keep you guys updated. All right, and after fixing the fuel pump issue, which is very exciting and took a while, the other issue that we have is the rear window does not roll down when I press the button. So here I am pressing this button. I mean, this works, so you can see, right? But when I press this, the driver's side, nothing is happening. So that's another issue we need to fix. I'm gonna have to open the entire door. But before I do that, there's another issue we have. And if I open this, I don't know if you saw it, but this door has a lot of play. Look at it. Yeah. So from my research, I found that there's these rollers, and they wear out. Poor design, I guess. So I'm gonna have to actually, well, we don't have to remove the entire door, but we're gonna have to just jack it up, remove a couple of bolts, and then remove this trim piece right here. So the way to do it is you remove this light, then remove 2 bolts, this light I think, remove 2 bolts here, then there is one somewhere in here. I don't know where that is. See, that's the thing, I need to bring the door half forward so I can reach that screw. Then the trim piece comes out, and then we can remove this guy, and this will stay, but we will just remove this one and install the new one, and let's see if that fixes that problem. All right, don't you love it when you get fresh parts? Yes, so this is the part, and for 40 bucks I got both, the right and the left, but I mean I only need the driver's side. They call it left, and just to show you, it goes like this. See, so it kind of go under, and this baby can roll back and forth. Beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna figure out how am I gonna get to that screw. Here's the panel, and oh, here's the screw actually, sorry. Yeah, we don't have to do anything with the door. The screw is right here. Yes, so all right, so I'll open the trunk. Let's do that. And we're gonna remove these 2, and then I can remove this light. Alright, so I removed the 2 screws here, and now the trick is you have to pull this out straight because there's a clip, it's clipped in, so we need to pull this out straight. You might break the plastic piece here, so I'm going to use this and this cloth to kind of pry it from here so I can remove that pin. Okay, success. So this is the pin I was talking about, you see. So actually it was easy. I stuck the screwdriver and then just pulled on it, and as soon as this comes out, you're good to go. So now we're going to remove this. I think it's number 10 maybe, or 8. So we're going to remove this now. when you remove the screw, you see how it'll kind of fall. So it's good to have that magnetic thing. I don't have it, so I'll be very careful to grab it with my giant hands. All right, so now that we have removed this one screw here and two in the back, now you have to move the door kind of halfway, and then you take this, you slide it forward, and then you remove it. So you have to, the door has to come halfway, because if I do this, see, it'll try to close all the way. And one trick I've seen what they do is they roll down the window halfway and then the door automatically does it, but I can't do that here. So I'm going to figure out a way manually, maybe open it, I don't know. All right, so I kind of sort of opened it, well, not halfway, but enough for me to remove this and then get access to this, because the door has to be here for you to remove this. So the way I did it is I just pulled on the lever to shut the door, and then halfway I pressed on it again and the door stopped. All right, so that thing has been removed, and now we can see how bad this thing is. All right, the other thing I would need to do probably is wherever you stop the door, you want to mark it, because that's where you want to install this plate back, otherwise things are going to be aligned. So now we need to jack up the door and remove these two bolts. All right, so the door is jacked up, as you can see. All right, so I got this out, and look at it, the roller is completely gone. Wow. And this is where it came off. That's the pencil mark. So now I'm gonna have to, we can work with this cable. One thing I should have done is put some painter's tape so that we don't damage this area, but I'm gonna have to wrestle with this with these wires to kind of get them out. It's just like your bicycle brake, so you twist and remove. So I'm going to get a needle nose pliers and get that out. All right, so the new part is installed. I also put some grease and then hold the cables. And now the fun part is putting this inside. Well, that's easy. Just do like this, and then make sure this cable is in the guide. And then we have to move it forward and bring this here, and then bring the door back to it and then install. So I'm gonna do that. All right, all done. I'm telling you, it's so smooth. Watch this. Very quiet, other than the airplane. Okay, let's try to open. Oh yes. Remember we had a play? There you go. It's gone too. So pretty happy with this. I want to put all the pieces back. I just want to have you folks make a mental picture, or whichever picture. But this is the area I will be cleaning. So as you can see, there are stains over there. Let's get close. You see, I know it's going to be covered by the seat, but you know, it's good to clean it up. As you can see, I don't know if I'm going to get into these areas, but we'll see. But yeah, these are the big areas right here. All this. So let me show you. There was a piece of carpet right here. I cleaned that up. And look at this. Look how clean it is. I had to do 3 passes, but it is super clean. So I can't wait to try it on this one. So now I'm gonna go put the bucket in and we're gonna start. Okay, so after I was done with fixing all the issues, it was time to fix these two issues, TPMS and VSA. So I took the car to my local Honda dealership and I wanted a tech to have a final look at it before I can post it online. So the tech looked at it and they honestly found no issues, no major issues, and according to them, the van was in very good shape. So they just mentioned that the lower control arms probably would need replacement, and the rear brake pads might need replacement. And other than that, they said the VSA light could be related to the TPMS. Once that is fixed, then that should reset the VSA light, or that could be reset. So I took that paper from them and I decided to basically post the van online. So I took nice photos of it, cleaned it as you can see, and then I posted the ad online and put a price of $11,000. I got hits pretty quick actually, because a Honda, it's a van and it's very clean. And one thing I did is I was upfront and honest with people, saying that these are the things I fixed and this is what it needs, and I have this paper from Honda dealership, so you make the decision. So I have this very nice couple. They showed up. I think they pretty much drove like an hour, and they were a big Honda fan. They pretty much own Honda for their entire life. So I explained to them that, okay, this is the deal. The van is very solid. By the way, the van had very little rust. And I said, this is what the van needs, which pretty much, if you're handy, you could do it in your driveway, like brakes or the control arm. And I explained to them the VSA and TPMS light, and they were totally cool with it, and they really liked my honesty. And so what we decided is that whatever the cost would be of replacing those parts, I'll just subtract that amount from the total final price, and that's what they'll pay. So they ended up paying me $7,800. I bought the van for $5,000 and I sold it for $7,800. So I made a profit of $2,800. Well, not actually $2,800, because I had to buy some stuff like the cleaning equipment, and other than that, the rollers, the door rollers, and so I maybe spent I would say $300-400. Because also I paid the Honda dealership their fee for doing a thorough check. So I ended up making $2,500 on this van, which I would say is pretty good. But I'm happy it went to home because they were really a big fan of Honda. So I think that would be it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more content like this, let me know. I have another video coming where I pretty much tore apart a Subaru engine and replaced the head gasket and everything. So I'll be posting that soon. Bye for now.